Hello, everyone, and welcome to our monthly Google Hangout with Ward 5 Councilman Ricky Barlow. We're going to be answering all kinds of questions. Some you submitted over the last week through social media sites. But if you're watching this live and you want to submit a question, then just head over to lasvegasnevada.gov/Barlow Hangout, and we'll get them answered. So live right here.
This is how I like to do it,
exactly.
live in studio.
And you have one of the biggest followings when it comes to social media, I was told by our social media queen, Jen Davies. Let's start with a couple of questions. You just had coffee with the councilman this morning. How'd that go?
You know, it went very well. A lot of people showed up, a lot of great conversation. A number of people come to coffee with the councilman, which, of course, you know, I host the first Thursday of every month. And they come to either pitch their idea, share a concern in regards to what's going on in their neighborhood, or ask for advice or direction on a matter that's important to them. And so they come to me as their source of resource. And
it's a lot more casual than someone feeling like they have to come down to City Hall and go before council. It can be a little intimidating. This is a cup of coffee and the councilman.
You know, Nancy, it can be very intimidating, and so therefore I take my meetings out to the community once a month, and no appointment necessary. You just basically show up to Starbucks the first Thursday of every month from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And it's like speed dating. You know, that's the best way I can describe it. You know, I give everyone, 2 to 3 minutes to pitch what they have for me, so we completely take out the frills of the open space and basically narrow it down to what exactly they want from me, or what it is that I can do for them in relation to their comments. And so it works out really well. So we had probably close to approximately a little bit over 20 people showed up.
Wow. Wow. And that's at the Starbucks on Rancho.
Yeah, 751 Rancho.
Okay.
And they have been so gracious, Starbucks that is, for allowing me to utilize their lobby as my first Thursday of every month office outside of City Hall.
And Starbucks is also a huge community partner. I know they've done a lot of cleanups in Ward 5 and other wards, so kudos to Starbucks. You've got some big events coming up this summer. Let's talk a little bit about your Summer Splash, where you always started off in a unique way at Doolittle.
It's the biggest pool party of the year. We open up Doolittle Community Center, their pool, and invite the entire community to come out and swim with my family and I. And it has just really turned out to be a great event. And for the last 3 years, unfortunately, we've had to turn people away because of the fire marshal has come in and said that there's too many people at the event inside the pool, and so it became a public safety hazard. So I may have to consider expanding the pool so that we can get all of our friends into the biggest pool party of the year. And we look forward to it each and every year to really push the need for pool safety for the summer months, because far too many of our young people, as well as old, who don't know how to swim or can halfway swim like myself, need to know the important tips as to how to protect themselves in large bodies of water.
And it's great that you're able to mix that in with a lot of fun.
Yeah, we give out a lot of popsicles, we give out a number of treats, and of course we have a local guest DJ each and every year to really keep the party going. So we have a lot of fun.
I just want to explain to people, I'm not being rude. My father would kill me if he saw me checking my phone while we're talking, but I'm looking for live tweets. So I just wanted to explain. I'm looking down every now and then.
So if you have any tweets, if you want to tweet a question, feel free to do that.
Absolutely.
And you want to give them the link in order for them to tweet?
It's lasvegasnevada.gov/Barlow Hangout. So you can send us a question and we'll get it live on the air.
So if you have a question for me, go ahead and tweet it on it, and I'll be happy to answer any question that you may have within reason.
So one of your other big events, where I don't know if you've ever had to turn people away, but it is so well attended, is your Back to School Fair. Tell us about this year's event.
The Back to School Fair, I've been doing it now since 2007, and so each and every year we invite the community out free of charge to receive a backpack full of school supplies. And I go out and work with a number of contributors throughout the year who love giving back to the community. And so they have teamed up with me to be sponsors to the Back to School Fair. And we distribute approximately 5,000 backpacks full of school supplies to grades K through 5. And with that, we fill their backpacks up with all of the essential tools necessary in order for them to be productive in the classroom headed back to school. And so we also have a number of vendors, upwards of 60 to 80, depending on the year, of vendors that have wraparound services to support the families and children in the Clark County School District.
And it's so important, and it's so nice to see their faces light up. We've got a tweet. See their faces light up, you know, when they get this backpack. It's brand new. It's not some hand-me-down from their big brother or big sister, and to feel like they're starting at the same level with everyone else.
You know, it's nothing like a kid entering the classroom with no school supplies.
Right.
Right. And also the backpack, of course, serves as a way for them to transport, whether it be gym shoes or their PE outfit, so that they can be supported and not having to carry all of those, you know, bundle of items to and from school. And so the backpack, you know, serves it's a multi-use. But the most important piece is the school supplies that are inside the bag. That really helps to make sure, as you mentioned, to make sure that all kids start off at the same level and tier when it comes to their academic success in the classroom.
Well, it's always a huge success, and it's we cover it every year. And just like I said, I'd love to see the kids' faces light up when they get a brand new backpack and supplies. Well, everybody's talking about the soccer right now.
Oh yeah.
So
congratulations to USA. You guys did a wonderful job.
They did.
I watched every second of the game, and I'm not sure a lot of people don't know that I played soccer for 15 years.
Oh really?
Yeah, I played soccer for 15 years. So I was completely ecstatic in regards to the World Cup and all of the wonderful countries that have lost as well as continued to move on. And it's just a really exciting time, and it's more exciting because that's the topic of conversation here at City Hall in regards to the mayor and council looking for an opportunity to bring a soccer stadium into downtown inside of Symphony Park. And so these conversations will be rolled out to the community as we get closer to landing an opportunity to, in fact, bring that arena into the city of Las Vegas. And I think it would be a win-win for the entire community.
Well, you know, I think some people are thinking, soccer, really? But it is such a growing, huge sport, not just because of the soccer tournament.
What a lot of Americans don't realize is that soccer is the #1 sport in the world. Now, does it rank #1 in the United States? No, I believe it falls either on tier 3 or maybe tier 4, right? More than likely closer to tier 4. But in the world, soccer is #1. And guess what the second sport is?
I don't know.
Cricket.
Oh, well, of course. I should have known.
Right. Cricket. Cricket is the second, and the National Football League is third.
Third.
Okay?
Yeah. It's kind of the opposite here, maybe. But
right. But it's the opposite domestically here in the United States. But when you look at it from a global perspective, soccer is the largest sport in the world, and it's the United States that's lagging behind.
Right, right. And we have, like I was saying yesterday, if you doubt the popularity of soccer, just show up to one of our great soccer fields here in the city of Las Vegas on a Saturday morning and see how many kids are out there kicking a ball
Not
around.
only just the soccer fields that we have dedicated. I mean, you could look at any one of our parks as well as schools, and you'll see a number of young people as well as old out basically playing soccer, kicking the ball, creating makeshift goals. And so any of the parks or recreational facilities, you'll see individuals out there all day basically playing soccer. And so it's something that's picking up as far as the momentum for soccer, but it's most definitely a sport that #1 keeps one very healthy because they run all game.
And you don't have the problems with the concussions and that sort of thing as much, I would think.
Not as much. Not as much. There are a lot of collisions in soccer.
You were in Dallas recently for the U.S. Conference of Mayors. Tell us about that.
Yes. Dallas was very exciting because the U.S. Conference of Mayors, of course, they tackle a lot of the most unique and important issues to all of our cities across the United States, whether it be transportation, whether it be tourism, of course, and that's one of the key areas for Nevada and in particular Las Vegas as to why we were there as a city. Education, and so I was invited to be a part of a panel in regards to My Brother's Keeper and men of color, boys of color, as it relates to a lot of the ills that are affecting a number of cities around the country, as far as how, in fact, we can close the gap on boys of color in relation to a lot of the statistics and the report card that's listed out there, that they fall on the bottom tier of all the categories that are listed.
Okay. Well.
So it was very educational and a very important meeting and lively discussions as to how, in fact, we're going to address that moving forward, not only as a nation, but of course as a city as well.
Right, right. Well, we have a tweet for you, Councilman.
Okay, tweet on.
What's what's your favorite team? I don't know if they're talking about soccer or just any team in general.
Well, if you're talking about any team in general, my favorite team is the San Francisco 49ers for football. I've been a 49er fan since the 5th grade, and my favorite baseball team is the Boston Red Sox, believe it or not, from the West Coast to the East Coast. And interesting enough, I don't have a basketball team. I don't have a favorite basketball team. Although I watch a lot of basketball, I don't have a favorite basketball team. And of course, my favorite soccer team is Team USA.
Exactly.
Yes.
Let's talk about something that's fairly serious. Earlier this year, you were appointed by Senator Harry Reid to the National Commission on Hunger.
Yes.
And you've shared some photos of your travels to D.C. and your social media sites. How is all of that going?
You know, it's going very well. Right now, well, first and foremost, I want to thank the Senator and the Congress for selecting the 10-man commission, if you will, in relation to the Commission on Hunger. 10 of us were selected to man up the Commission on Hunger, and with that, our responsibilities is to work very closely in alignment with the United States Department of Agriculture, USDA, in regards to traveling from city to city to find best practices in order to create or draft legislation to cure hunger in the United States. And so it's a very big task and a major undertaking, but our goal is to come up with legislation as to how, in fact, the United States will cure hunger by 2020.
Wow. And what an honor to be picked. I mean, you were one of just a few. Really.
Yes, yes. You know, in the scheme of things, 10 people out of the number of millions of people in the United States, so I'm very honored. So
yes.
Thank you.
Well deserved. Anything else you would like to discuss before we wrap up our Google Hangout?
You know, I just really want to thank all of those who participate in the Google Hangout. It's something that we're looking to continue to build each and every month, so please stay tuned and share with your friends. And feel free to text and contact my office. And of course, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And if you would like to be a part of my e-newsletter, just contact my office as well at 229-5443, or go to my website at lasvegasnevada.gov/Ward5 and send us your email, and we'll be happy to include you in on the weekly e-newsletter. And so Facebook, Twitter, I try to be all over social media in order to really get the information out that is pertinent to not only the constituents of Ward 5, but to the residents of the city of Las Vegas and abroad. So stay tuned to what's going on, and anything that you need, feel free to use me in my office as a resource for that information that you may need.
And the e-newsletter is free. And and as you just said, it doesn't just pertain to things going on in Ward 5. There's lots of great information in it. So, all right. Well, this was fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nancy.
And this wraps up another Google Hangout with Councilman Barlow. As a reminder, this Hangout is being recorded and will be available on the Councilman's YouTube page at youtube.com/Ricky Barlow. And we look forward to seeing all of you at a future Hangout.
And by the way, that's Ricky with an I.
With an I.
R-I-C-K-I.
Thanks.
Thank you.